Have you ever felt like your faith was being tested? Like, really tested? We've all been there, facing challenges that seem impossible, moments where believing is the hardest thing to do. But what if I told you that it's possible to build a faith so strong it can't be broken? A faith that stands firm no matter what life throws at you. Today we're not just talking about it. We're going to show you how it's done. We're diving into 7 people whose faith changed the world. And here's the crazy part. Their secrets are lessons you can use today. Let's get into it. First up, the legendary Saint George, born around 280 AD in Cappadocia, modern-day Turkey, a high-ranking officer in the Roman army, serving under Emperor Diocletian during brutal persecutions. Others complied out of fear. George walked into the emperor's court and publicly proclaimed Christ. He condemned the injustice, a choice that meant death. They stretched him on the rack, burned him with torches, and worse. Yet his faith never wavered. Witnesses were converted, even the empress, legend says. He was beheaded, a martyr remembered for courage. The dragon story symbolizes conquering evil, but his real miracle was courage. Lesson 1. Live your faith out loud. Next, Saint Agnes of Rome proves age doesn't limit faith. A wealthy preteen who consecrated herself to God.
She refused every suitor. I'm promised to Christ.
Threats followed. She stood firm. Accounts say the flames parted. Her faith inspired all. Saint Augustine of Hippo, one of history's greatest transformations, brilliant, ambitious, and absorbed in pleasures for decades. He chased fame and ideas, yet felt empty. His mother prayed. He resisted the faith she loved. He wrote honestly about his struggle in Confessions. Torn between change and addiction to sin.
Lord, grant me chastity and continence, but not yet.
In a Milan garden, overwhelmed, he wept.
Take up and read.
His eyes fell on Romans 13. Walk properly, put on the Lord Jesus Christ. In that instant, the darkness of doubt lifted. He surrendered to God, baptized, then priest, then bishop. His conversion and writings guided countless souls. Lesson 3. Surrender when you can't win on your own. Our 4th master of faith, Saint Joan of Arc. France was fractured and near collapse in the 100 Years' War. At 13, Joan began hearing and seeing saints. They gave her a divine mission: save France. Despite ridicule, she convinced leaders and the future king. A teenage girl, armored, rode to battle with a banner. She led a miraculous turn at Orléans, then saw Charles crowned at Rennes, captured, sold, and tried by a corrupt court, asked if she was in God's grace. If I am not, may God put me there. If I am, may God keep me. At 19, she was burned at the stake. Centuries later, her conviction overturned, canonized. Lesson 4. Trust God's plan, even when it's unbelievable and costly. Saint Francis loved wealth, parties, and glory. Captivity and illness cracked his worldview. In San Damiano he heard, "Repair my house." He sold cloth to rebuild, sparking family conflict. Publicly renouncing wealth, he chose God as Father. He embraced poverty, humility, and service. He saw all creation as family. Stories of birds and a wolf symbolized universal love. Receiving the stigmata marked his deep union with Christ. Lesson 5. Find faith by giving everything away. Detach from possessions, status, and ego to cling to God. True freedom is humble stewardship and love. Saint Teresa of Kolkata, synonymous with compassion. Born in 1910, she joined the Sisters of Loreto and taught in Calcutta. On a train in 1946, she heard God's call to the poorest of the poor. She left security to live among those in extreme poverty. She opened a school in the streets. She gave dignity to the dying, regardless of faith. Not charity at a distance, she touched the untouchable. Her order spread globally. A healing after a locket was placed led to canonization. Lesson 6. Faith is love in action. St. Maximilian Kolbe, perhaps the most intense witness. A creative organizer devoted to Mary, using media for the gospel. When war came, he sheltered thousands at great risk, arrested and sent to Auschwitz. He kept pastoring, sharing, hearing confessions, leading prayers.
After an escape, 10 were chosen to starve. One cried, "My wife, my children!" Kolbe volunteered to take his place. "I am a Catholic priest."
From the cell came hymns and prayers. He was executed after 2 weeks. Miracles later affirmed his sainthood. Lesson 7. Unshakable faith is self-giving love. 7 stories, 7 lessons in unbreakable faith. Faith isn't passive. It's courage, surrender, trust, and love in action.